You gotta admit, it's pretty simple. What must I do to inherit eternal life? Well, what do you read in the law? Well, love God, love your neighbor. Good. Now, how interesting. This scholar of the law somehow he wasn't quite satisfied. Who is my neighbor? And how curious that Jesus tells this story, but he doesn't answer the question, really. The question he answers is, how can I be a neighbor? Reach out, be merciful. It's so simple. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your being, with all your strength and with all your mind. I've worked 4 days memorizing that. Those 4 things. Heart, being, strength, and mind. Now, if Jesus were here and we had this exchange, I would ask him, well, how can I love God with all my heart and being and strength and mind? And I think he wouldn't say anything in response, but he would look at me with a little impish grin, like, you just do it. Things get complicated when we start looking for exceptions. Well, what if it's a criminal? What if they're that religion? What if they mistreat me? What if? And you just see that little smile on Jesus. Love God, love your neighbor. Things can get so complicated. You know, for ages, humanity was trying to figure out the heavens. These strange motions of the stars. I was amazed to learn that way back in the 3rd century BC, a Greek philosopher named Aristarchus suggested maybe the answer is that the sun is the center of the universe. Nobody exactly picked up on it because, well, the earth has to be the center of everything. And it was in the 1500s that Nicholas Copernicus started doing a little work on this. And said, you know, all these convoluted schemes we're trying to come up with about the movement of the stars, everything clears up if we make the sun the center of everything. Nice. Go away. 60 years later, when Galileo presented the same thing, I suppose because Galileo was so high profile, craziness burst out. Because it was seen as a contradiction of the Bible. That clearly, we and our planet must be the center of everything. It's a terrible embarrassment when we look back. Now the Bible hasn't changed, but our understanding of it sure has. There's a little principle that goes way back centuries called Occam's razor. And the idea of Occam's razor is shave away everything extraneous, shave away as many assumptions as possible, and go with the simplest solution to any problem. The sun is the center of the universe, or at least the solar system. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and being and strength and mind, and your neighbor as yourself. Okay, but what about, do I have to do it? we supposed to be nice to? Wasn't that interesting? You did very well. When we hear that first reading from the book of Deuteronomy, this law of life, it's not complicated. It's not up in the sky. It's not across the ocean. It's right here in your heart. Treat people the way you'd like to be treated. Good. But what about this case? What about always? So simple. You know, the very end of the Gospel of John, Jesus raises a few questions to St. Peter. And it's the same question repeated. And it's a question he's raising to us all the time. Peter, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Can you hear the question? It's a simple question. And the response is just as simple. No complications with exceptions. Love God, your neighbor, always. May God bless us all.